Welcome to those just joining. So grateful for each and every one of you, for your faithfulness, the way you show up in um, in this space and in your own space, in your doTERRA business. So grateful. Um, so just got back from the Blue and Presidential Summit last week, and so excited about everything that doTERRA continues to bring. We got to try some new products that they're going to be launching. Super excited about some of the goods there. And most of the time was spent on the new comp plan. And I'm really excited about what's coming there. On that topic of compensation plan, the company is really at a point where we get to make a choice. The fact is, we get to choose who to compensate. We can compensate everyone equally, no matter how much you're actively building the business right now, or we can shift compensation more to those who are actively building. And as doTERRA has looked at the numbers, it just makes sense to move more compensation to those who are actively building. So the fact is, if you have built in the past and you are collecting a residual check, that's the gift that doTERRA has to offer. And I don't know anybody whose check will drop by more than 25%. If you choose to just stay passive and just coast on whatever it is that you've created. But I personally want to just throw every gift, every opportunity, every bonus to those who are still in the game. You know, those who keep showing up. The fact is, the universe rewards effort, and it doesn't feel fair to me to make it hard on the up and coming generation if we don't have to. So the focus of the compensation plan changes really are to incentivize activity, you know, to make especially those early builders to make it more financially rewarding, and to make it more just easier to stay because the money makes it worthwhile. I know so many people who have built to Premier, even Silver, and just throw up their arms and say, that doesn't make sense. And really, financially, it doesn't make sense if you stay there. But with the new compensation plan changes, it does give you extra bonuses to help you, get to higher ranks. And some, it might make financial sense to stay at, that elite Premier Silver range. So all around, I am so grateful doTERRA has gone the rounds. They've worked so hard. I've personally been to most of the meetings with Isaac Watson and Michael Sterling, Sarah Marie Smith, and these guys have looked at every possible way to keep the good and to make it even better, especially for the up and coming leaders. So super grateful. But I really am reminded that the universe, there's no such thing as homeostasis. All of us are either growing and expanding, or we're dying. And as grim as that sounds, it's true. And so the compensation plan, I think, should reflect that. Yeah, I'm seeing the comments. For those, I see some early builders who have put in the effort, but that the flow is not equivalent to the effort being put in. So that's the gift of what's coming. It's going to be more commensurate, I guess is the right word, for the effort put in. So I am thrilled. I think all of you are going to be just as thrilled. doTERRA is just, it's a legacy company. Natalie and I are hosting another couple from Thailand. This is, anyways, it's going to be a pattern here. And trying to see, we just took them on the tours, met with Kurt Jowers, Murray Smith, and to see doTERRA through their eyes, to see what it is that we have to offer, especially where they're coming from another company. They are top distributors in another direct sales company. And I mean, what they've been through is just brutal. It's so sad. And what we have to offer is a lifeline. So we have so much to be grateful for. In fact, do I have any photos? Let me check and see if I have photos of the tour of doTERRA's manufacturing. Okay. They haven't loaded yet. Maybe later in the call they will have loaded and I can show you. But doTERRA's fulfillment center is still one of the favorite parts of the tour, of who we are and how committed we are. Like, it's just incredible. It's so cool. And I will share a couple of quotes. So when they start the tour of the fulfillment center, they have this wall where the heads of each department meet every morning. It's only 10 or 15 minutes, but they basically talk about what are their target goals, where they need help, where do they fall short of their goals, and anything they can do to support each other. And I love how efficient they are, and I love the way they look at their goals. They I think it's blue, or no, I think they have, did I take a picture of that? Anyways, I think they have green where they're hitting their goals, and then they have red where they're missing their goals. And they make sure that they don't have too much green, because if they have too much green, that means their goals aren't big and hard enough. And so they're constantly looking to stretch themselves. And John Visser, is he the COO? I forgot what his new title is, but he's basically overseeing most of the fulfillment center for years. And he says 1 point for talking, 9 points for doing. John Visser. Let me say that again. 1 point for talking, 9 points for doing. So powerful. And then there's another great quote on that wall, this wall where they track their stats every day. There's another quote by W. Edwards Deming. He says, "Without data, you're just another person with an opinion." So good. So yeah, I'm seeing in the comments, Jeff, you've been to the fulfillment center. It is so inspiring. And they probably, I think they said they were doing about, was it 15,000 orders a day going through there? So literally, over 100,000 bottles drop into those boxes. And about once a day, a couple of the bottles hit each other and break. And it's a gift, because the fulfillment center smells amazing because the oils, I mean, it's ginormous. I think it's the size of what they say, like 10 football fields inside there. There are over 15,000 different pallet locations. And yeah, so to have a couple of bottles break, and that becomes the diffuser that blesses the whole fulfillment center. It's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up to Q&A. And we can, yeah, we can take any and all questions. Just go ahead and raise your hand if you'd like to come on live and have a conversation. While we're waiting for the first person to raise their hand, I'll go ahead and take this question that came through the Q&A. The compensation change invokes panic and scarcity for me. We never chatted about scarcity last week, and we chat about that. It also invokes competition rather than collaboration. Thank you so much for bringing this up. I could speak to this topic all day long. It's a juicy one, as Tiffany would say. Change is hard. Change is scary, right? Especially at this stage right now where we don't have a lot of the details yet. doTERRA is still modeling a couple of last things to make sure they've dotted every I and crossed every T. That's why they're waiting until January to start making any official announcements. But let me tell you the main reason that doTERRA was open to these conversations is because enough of us field leaders came to them and said, to get to diamond, I need 4 silvers, and let's see, is that 12 elites? Yeah. So I need 16 people, and 16 very specific people doing exactly the right thing at exactly the right time in the right way. Do you really care that these specific people are doing the right thing at the right time? Or do you just, do you really just want the field moving and making sales and getting people on LRP? And they're like, yeah, we really care about the latter, right? Getting people moving and moving the needle with volume and LRP. And we're like, okay, so can we remove some of the dependency on these specific people at specific times and places? And they're like, yeah, totally. And so what you're going to see in these changes is much more flexibility. And it doesn't prop people up the way it has in the past. It creates a lot more freedom on our end. So you're going to love the flexibility that's coming with these upgrades to the compensation plan. So I should have let out with that. That's part of the reason why I'm so excited. That's the main reason is added flexibility. I mean, doTERRA really, at the end of the day, they want what we want. They just want lots of happy customers that are getting taken care of, and so happy that they're staying on loyalty rewards. So let's talk about change. Change is scary, especially in this world that we live in of doTERRA. We all signed up to work on straight commissions. 100% of our income is commissions. We don't, we're not guaranteed anything. There's no base that we're offered when we start doTERRA. And so it is scary, right? It's scary because we don't know, is doTERRA going to pull the rug out from underneath us? And I've looked at the modeling, I've looked at the numbers with them, we've pulled up specific team members, and I have not been able to find a single team member that stands to lose more than 20%. Most people, and here's the cool thing, these changes don't roll out until January of 26. They're going to allow us to start earning some of the extra bonuses early next year, but all of the changes don't come into effect until January 26th. So that gives us all the time we need to make any shifts that are needed to maximize the comp plan. And for every person that we pulled up, they would be earning more. If they choose to stay engaged or re-engage, they actually stand to gain. And so really the only people that stand to lose are those who refuse to lift a finger and make any effort in the business. And so to me, it feels fair that anyone who's saying, I'm retired, I'm out, I'm done, then they should take a pay cut. And so that's, I can't think of any other company or any other kind of retirement package that allows you to earn your full earnings from when you were in full production. So to me, it's like, hey, this is literally a game changer for anyone who's active in the business. So I hear you that it feels scary because we don't have the details yet. But trust me, I've been in these meetings. I've been we would throw every crazy idea we could think of just to see how it would play out. And where we've landed is such a good place. So change can be scary. The fact is everything is change. Change is the norm. Homeostasis is not real. Your body is actually completely replaced. I think it's like every 7 years, every cell in your body has been regenerated. So change is just the water that we swim in. And so the last point that you make in the question is it invokes competition rather than collaboration. That one I'm going to say is straight up wrong. There's nothing about these changes that creates competition. There's nothing. In fact, one of the changes that you're going to see is so beautiful, the way it actually incentivizes more collaboration. It's incredible. I really don't have anything more to say on that one. There's everything to do with the pools and who you qualify with. It's it does nothing but inspire more collaboration. So it's awesome, and you're gonna love it. Okay, so Jeff's asking if I can elaborate on the flexibility. I can't yet. We're gonna let doTERRA finish out their modeling, finish out any last tweaks, and then January they'll start announcing some specifics. So yeah, okay. I think we've got Layla joining us. Hello, friend.
Hello. I'm kind of pivoting. Actually, I've got a question. It's from a customer, and I have sent her a couple things, but then I thought, oh, I'll ask you, and maybe you can direct me with a link or something else that I can share with her. So she's said she's been doing some research on doTERRA and the testing of the vitamins. And so she said she's not seeing anything that guarantees that they are third-party tested. And so I sent her the doTERRA Pursuit of Pure supplements link, and then I sent her the science blog page, and then there was a little video with Dr. Riggs on VMG Plus. And then the Goffs had a sheet on the supplements explained. But she still was yeah, I sent her all of that and she said, I saw all of these on the website. They don't go into testing and research specifically. I want to feel good about recommending these supplements. Um,
Huh.
so yeah, I don't know if
Um,
there's something else to direct her, or maybe I'm not clear on what she's truly understanding because the blog, the science blog, and then pursuit of pure supplements seemed fairly extensive to me. So, and
uh, this is a great question that I don't
could put
have.
I could put the link in the chat, the at least the two
Yeah,
I sent her. If others want to have that resource, let's see, how do I do that?
gosh.
And but then I'm not sure if they are the supplements,
Yeah,
doTERRA
I know
does
the
it.
oils for sure are third party, but the Lifelong Vitality, I've never heard about third party testing. So
Okay,
I
so
was just
maybe.
Googling it myself and I saw that in 2019, doTERRA had some scientists publish a clinical trial on doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality. Um, and I'll just share my screen
Okay.
to show that post. Um, so um, yeah, that's an interesting question. And I'd love for anybody who has the answer to chime in here. I really, I, all the third-party testing that I'm aware of is oil focused. So I'm really just not much help on the
Okay.
Lifelong Vitality. And I'll post this link in the chat.
And it's actually the VMG because she takes that and she loves it and she's
Uh,
wanting to share more, but then I guess she's feeling some need to have more.
yeah, yeah.
Just-
That's
I'm
a
like,
great
oh my God, I'm
question.
trying to think of convention, if there was something that I missed in terms of a resource that I could share that they went through. Um,
Why don't if you want to send me a direct message, like on Facebook or something, I'll reach out to Von Watts and see what he has, and then I can get back to you and let you know.
okay, so
Because I would love to know the answer myself. So um, yeah, I was looking to see if anybody has. Yeah, I don't see any responses on that. So yeah, wish I had more
then
answers.
yeah, that's okay. I just was like, okay, this is a platform. Maybe I could ask here.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and so to direct, I'm not super great with Facebook, but is there an email or something?
Yeah, you can just send an email to Andy@sharesuccess.com.
Okay,
I'll put that in the uh, chat too.
awesome. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. So good to hear from you, Layla.
And I am excited about this, the potential
Oh,
support for young builders. I'm feeling
yes.
it, as I'm like
Hmm.
emerging, and I made
Yep.
premiere last month. And so I'm just, yeah, it is.
You're gonna love it.
Yay.
It's it's gonna be such a boost for you, for your builders.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
And I am taking the leap. I'm going to leadership, so I'm organized.
Awesome.
So I had definitely qualified with all of the enrollments that I had done. So yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you there. I'm sure that will be one of the main topics at leadership. So you're
Great.
gonna get a deep dive and yeah, I think there'll be a lot of masterminding there too on how we can all maximize these upgrades. So
Super. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks, Layla.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw some more questions come through, but anybody who'd like to ask ask other questions, feel free to raise your hand. Um, okay. Oh, Melanie says, repeat the second quote about data. It was without data, you are just another person with an opinion. W. Edwards Deming. an M. Okay. Tabby asks, what is a day in the life like for Andy and Natalie? How do you build your business? Well, the day in our life could be very different from an early builder. Hopefully everybody knows about the business building guide. Let me go ahead and show that page because, and I will speak to a day in our life, but this will speak to as we've developed leaders, as we've built through the ranks. This captures everything that we've found and everything we've seen and learned in the process. So if you go to the business building guide, like I just did, I just Googled doTERRA Empowered Success. And then if you come to the table of contents and go to schedule your success, page 19, then you'll see what a day in the life should look like. And then it'll go into more detail about like a weekly schedule. So here's what daily looks like. And Natalie and I definitely are using our products on the daily. We're doing lots of personal development. And then the contacting like new prospects. We're at a stage in our business where we're mostly supporting prospects that are brought to us by other people. So, for example, this Thai couple, you know, we enrolled a Thai couple while we were in Thailand in January, and this is a couple that they asked to come look at doTERRA, and so you know, the last 3 days has just been hosting them, going through a comp plan, teaching them about the product, giving them product experiences, telling them about all the resources that we have, about Experience doTERRA and how that serves. And so these questions, mostly from Seth Risenmay, are super powerful questions that you can ask yourself every day to help you do IPE, right? Investing in your business so that you're actually creating income. So we call the IPE the rainmaking activities. And then here's what a day in the life of a builder looks like on the weekly, monthly, and annual. So if we come down here, you know, Natalie and I are doing this team call. Natalie does a monthly strategy call, but then Natalie's calendar is mostly full of one-on-one sessions with first priority is our qualifiers, and then second priority is just an as-needed basis. And so sometimes it's strategy. A lot of the time it's emotional breakthrough. So for example, she met with a gal on our, I think she's on our 3rd level on Monday who had a lot of trauma that she was working through. And so Natalie did an emotional session for her. So Natalie's not doing as many wellness consults with brand new members, but she's doing a lot of emotional sessions to help people have, you know, the resilience that they need to do life, to do doTERRA if they choose, but mostly to do life. We also did an intro to build with the Thai couple. We took them through the build guide. We took them down to corporate, you know, did the whole drill. But yeah, I would say if I were to pull up my calendar, you would see 80% of our appointments are, you know, the one-on-ones, helping people over the next year. A lot of it's going to be helping people take a look at the comp plan upgrades and making sure they're crystal clear on their game plan to maximize that compensation plan. So yeah, we don't teach as many intro classes. And the continuing education we do is mostly focused on essential motions. And so, and then obviously we go to all of the big events, convention, we go to leadership, we go to European convention. Natalie went to a convention in Thailand or Taiwan that was for that region. And then we go on the incentive trip, we go on the presidential trip. So there's a lot of collaboration with other leaders to make everything better for everyone. So that's kind of probably a lot more than you wanted on what a day in the life looks like for us. Okay. Sigal asks if doTERRA will be announcing. So they're still finalizing the plans. I think some of the changes and upgrades will come early 26, but the full change, my understanding is January 26. Like they'll run with the current comp plan until January 26. Yeah. Okay. Becky asks, what is your strategy to keep enrolling people? Do you invite people individually, or is it mostly inviting people to the business and enroll them that way? So the best way to keep enrolling people is to keep talking to people, keep meeting new people, and keep asking for referrals. There's a great section in the business building guide. And yes, this is the business building guide that's in our back office. So if we come back to that table of contents, there's a whole section on inviting, right? Inviting. And so keeping your names list active is the first thing I would say. People who are not actively working on their names list, they're missing opportunity in a big way. Always inviting your list to learn more, inviting them to not only try the product but also check out the business. And then here in the Find Builder section, you'll see incredible resources, scripting, just kind of mindset stuff on how to invite people to the business. So yeah, but I think the biggest opportunity that most people miss is asking for referrals. The industry that we're in is network marketing. So the average person in America knows 600 people. So if you think about that for a sec, you might think, well, I've probably invited 600 people to doTERRA. Great. Each of those 600 people, how many people do they know? 600. So just going out, two levels from you, that's 36,000 people. No, sorry, 360,000 people. So 360,000 is a lot of contacts, and it would take you quite a while to get through those. So the whole game of network marketing is who do you know? Who do they know? Who do you know? Who do they know? And just being in service to that network. So, and then training others to help service that network. So that's how we got to a team with 2.2 million people. It wasn't through us burning ourselves out in contacting, it's just working through our network and then inviting them to work through their network. Okay. So Ashley asked, will we keep enrolling ourselves for this comp plan change? Yes, we will. We've never found a reason to stop doing doTERRA. We've had breakdown in relationships, and many of those have been really, really hard. We have quit in the past, but somehow we just keep coming back because there's the cause draws us back. It literally like we can't seem to kill that desire to keep serving and blessing others. So yes, we'll keep enrolling, but a lot of the metrics that doTERRA will be using is not just you and your personal enrollments, it's how much growth is happening, within your team, and especially in your first 7 levels. So that's what's inspiring to me, is I don't have to be, out teaching classes until I'm 96. As long as I have activity within my 7 levels, then I'll be able to maximize the compensation plan. And I love that. So it's not like doTERRA is trying to ball and chain us to being enrollers ourselves. Obviously, that there are parts of the comp plan that are maximized by enrolling being in the business of enrolling ourselves. The empowerment bonus is one great example of that. That's not going away; it's getting better. But having activity within your circle of influence is really what they're going to be measuring. So, okay. So Segal is asking if I meant, so I said early 26. I think when I was talking about some of the changes rolling out, some of them are coming out early 25. But the full thing is in 26. Yes. Yes. Okay. So raise your hand if you have any more questions. Segal is saying that he heard about some of the changes coming to Power 3, and that would clear up so much time and energy that I can use to grow. Amen and hallelujah. That's really where the shift is coming, is doTERRA doesn't want you babysitting, what is it for Power 3? Is it like 53 spots, with your 3 and their 3 and their 3? Like it's so many spots. Actually, I think it's like 80, I think it's like 85 when you add them all up. So like for you to have to sit there and babysit all 85 positions, it's a joke. It's not where doTERRA wants us putting our time and energy, and it's not where the maximum growth comes from. People who really get the comp plan understand that the real jackpot is the unilevel and rank. And so let's do what maximizes that. Let's not babysit these 89 people in your specific Power 3 structure. So I probably shouldn't say more than that. But that's where we're going. And I'm really, really grateful. Okay, let's see if there's any questions on. Okay, so Haley is asking if there's a full year before the change. So a comp plan is basically a set of carrots that doTERRA is offering us, and then sticks, right? The ways that restrict them overpaying or paying the wrong people. And so what they're doing is they're rolling out a lot of carrots in 25, but the sticks don't come in until 26, meaning like the restrictions. So we can all start maximizing a lot of the things in most of 25, but the restrictions don't come in until 26. So we can all start, trying on the new parameters and the new incentives without having all of the restrictions in place, which I love. Like, how cool that, like doTERRA is going to lose money in that process because they're having more, because there's going to be the carrots without the sticks. So it's great. It's really, really cool. All right, Darylyn on Facebook asks, so what can we do about those who are not active and don't plan on being active again? How do we clear out and do some housekeeping? So here's what you're going to love about these upgrades. You don't have to clear out. You don't have to eliminate people. Like it's so cool. And I can't give you specifics, but you don't have to worry about people who are blocking your rank or blocking your power of three. They're literally just opening up more possibilities for how to structure, how to qualify. So you just keep doing what you do, which is inspire people to fall in love with the product and inspire some to do the business. And it's all going to come back to you. It'll all flow back. So Ruth is asking, is it wise to continue structuring according to the current comp plan, or is there a better way to start structuring for the new changes? Honestly, you don't need to change anything. The current comp plan will flow so naturally into the new one. It literally just opens up more doors. So just keep building the way you're building. It's not like overnight doTERRA is asking us to put everyone on our front line. No, they still want us using a similar, structure. So highest, the best builders, keep them close to you. Customers and sharers, keep them further down. Like same strategy as ever. And yes, you can still focus on Power 3. Cool thing about Power 3 is you just don't have to get hung up on everybody in that structure getting to 100 PV. So there's some flexibility that way too. And I probably need to stop myself because doTERRA doesn't want to share in details. But yeah, Power 3 is not going away. There were some leaders who really wanted to completely get rid of Power 3. And I was one of the ones who fought, like, guys, Power 3 is such a great tool and a stepping stone as people go from fast starts to rank and unilevel. Power 3 is the best stepping stone we have, and it's meaningful income. And so Power 3 is not going away. Don't abandon Power 3. Keep using that concept and that structure to build, and you'll see lots of rewards. So Dr. Haslam is asking, will they make it easier to move people within your structure? No, they won't. But the cool thing is you won't need them to move as much. So I probably should stop myself. Okay, Ashley is asking tips to reactivating many on my team that haven't ordered in a long while. I think the high level tip there is energy. Bring the energy for the product that is contagious. Be the positive light that just attracts more light. So if you're excited about VMG, if you're loving the new the new Omega fish oil, like, be loud and proud. Go out and share that with the world. And that's the easiest way to get people reactivated, is just to bring that kind of hey, this is what I'm loving, this is why I'm loving it, and it will spread, So do it in person, do it on social media, just be a product of the product. And it's incredible how people will pick up on that. So yeah, in terms of like specific tips, I would make sure that your whole team knows about VMG Plus and the new Omegas. I'm shocked how many people, even fairly new customers, like in the last couple of years, are not, haven't switched over to the VMG. And so I would just, a lot of people, in terms of not just reactivation, but also enrolling, a lot of people are using the biometric scanners, Itovi and Zyto. And so that's a great way to reactivate. It's just say, hey, I'm offering free health scans. So and maybe just offer that to your the people in your team that you want to reactivate first, and say, hey, I'm doing this offering. Normally I charge $200 or $300 for a health scan, but I'm offering them for free. Merry Christmas, like however you want to position that. And then That's a great way to reactivate. And then Ruth is saying that for this month, a great way to reactivate is to invite people to watch Dr. Hill and Justin Harrison talk about frankincense and remind them of the frankincense promotion. That's a great idea. Yeah, I can tell by watching my back office that people are taking advantage of the frankincense promotion. They are, volume is good, sales are high. Like, who can say no to free frankincense, right? It's just, oh, so much goodness. Okay. Becky's also saying I like to use monthly promos. They're new every month and a good reason to reach out to people. One thing doTERRA is going to be doing too, they're going to really leverage the product of the month and make that more, I don't know, just something we would use, instead of really obscure oils, they're gonna shift that. And so that's really exciting. They announced that at the Bloom Presidential. Karina is saying that the digital marketing kit seems hard to use. Does anyone have something else that's easier or any tips on how to use that? Maybe be more specific, Karina, about what is it that's hard to use. I know there's a lot there. And so sometimes, it takes a sec to find it, but I'm a big fan. I love the DMK. It's like, I used to, Natalie and I have run Share Success for forever. And managing the library of downloads there is, used to be like a part-time job. But it's, okay. So things are hard to find. Let me just do a screen share and we can just do a walkthrough. So if you have specific things that are hard to find, maybe talk that out, but you just go to doTERRA.com/DMK, and then that forwards you to the Conto. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just go to doTERRA.com/DMK. And then, the most current stuff is always front and center. So obviously, December promotions are right there. Holiday stuff, the Frank promo, great stuff for making posts. And then it'll start moving into secondary stuff. Like we've got leadership coming up, the new Serenity research, which is great. And then stuff that's a little further back is there. So, this is the easiest way. So like just the other day, I had somebody reach out with some major skin issues, and they needed, they needed some answers on their health. So I asked them to download this wellness lifestyle assessment. And so you just come here, and it's not loading as fast as I would like, but so many great tools here, right? Yeah, product stuff. Wow. Okay. Does it always load this slowly? Sheesh. Well, when I was in Arizona, it loaded really fast, and I was on not so great Wi-Fi. So anyways, I would just do, you can navigate through the links, or you can just do a search. So you can also do a search, and boom, there it is. So from here, you can just download it. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, all the searches. Anyways, if anybody has specific things, more than just load time, the AI tool. Okay, so Melanie saying I have not found the AI, or Jeff saying I haven't found the AI tool. So it's just right here. So if you want to use the AI, you click on that and it's enabled. If you don't want to use it, you click it again and it's disabled. So that's the AI tool. Any other questions? Okay. doTERRA also gave us a planner, the strategic planner, and we've got our assistant currently updating that. And so probably the next couple days we'll have that posted, and we'll post a link on the Facebook Share Success page. So that's always a great resource. Okay. Have I missed any questions? Anybody raise your hand if you have any more questions? Oh, Jeannie is saying that you can also use the online assessment at powerme.health. That's awesome. Thank you for that. So cool. Okay. I don't see any more questions. And I don't see any raised hands. Whoa, what's that? So with that, I will say thank you all so much. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for shining. And especially during this holiday season. Yes, that's correct, Becky. We are going to take a holiday break, give you time and space with your family and loved ones. And so we're signing off until 2025. So yeah, happy holidays to each of you. Sending all of our love from Natalie, from our family to you. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up for yourself and for your team. You are worthy. Go love up your family and love up your teams, and we'll see you in 2025.